Hey there! So today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Elisa. Thank you so much. They actually went to Tampa to grab this one. This is Glow Up from Hidden Springs in Tampa. So this is a hummingbird cake inspired beer. No clue what hummingbird cake is, but it's a sour ale, banana, pineapple, nut, lactose, and vanilla. Sounds like something I would never eat, as in the hummingbird cake. And then Trimtab Brewing is collab with this. Yeah, collab with Trimtab out of Alabama. Interesting. Glow Up Honey Bird Cake Sour Pastry Sour thingy. So that's what it turns out. Beer comes in like gold to straw color, one with white head, looks pretty good. On the nose, smells sickeningly sweet. Banana, yeah, banana. That's what you get. Banana nuts maybe. A little bit of that kind of like, I don't know what nuts you're using, but it's got like this kind of like hazelnut almond thing going on. Definitely not a sweet banana, almost like banana runs dried for days. Really funky because like when you think of this flavor, you think of Hefeweizen, but almost this like weird cotton candy, circus peanuts, weird thing like circus, like those soft chewy circus peanuts things. Weird aroma, cheers. So the nice thing about this beer, well, sort of nice thing about this beer is that first thing, I think their sour base is just way too sour. It's just a very, very sour base. Like it really tends to dominate flavors. The nice thing about it is that it keeps the beer refreshing and keeps the beer somewhat tasting like beer because, like, or at least sour beer, it keeps the kettle sour sort of going on the palate, sort of like, despite all the adjuncts and different flavors you can get from, you're just going to get a big puckering kettle sour finishing on the back end. So initial impression is that you sort of get these like kind of funky flavors you get the smell in the nose, but then the palate in general has a nice kind of like weeded base, doughy, with a medium plus acidity, lemony, a little bit yogurty. I will say I find sometimes that the sour is a little bit out of whack, a little bit out of balance, a little bit too intense. Fun thing about this beer is that it's not overly sweet. It's 5.5. It has all these funky ingredients to it. It impresses a lot of sweetness up front. So on the front palate, it comes with kind of like funky banana thing, maybe a little bit of that tart pineapple things coming in. So it's maybe playing with the, I think it's possibly playing with the sour base. It's so lemony, I guess from the base beer that it almost, or I guess maybe it's a pineapple, but it comes off very lemony, almost like there's lemon in this cake as well. I don't taste any lactose, maybe a little bit of vanilla. There's like that kind of vanilla thing that comes in. But the weird thing about this is that nothing about this really tastes like cake. Um, the nuts also like hit in a little bit. You get a little bit of kind of complexity, but a little bit of kind of like a noyo, kind of like apricot nut, almondy kind of character. I'm also thinking like marzipan. Yeah. So the point of this beer is to be impression beer, and there's times where like impression sort of just works, and you want to really impress a lot of flavor. Here it really is just like a bland-ish kind of kettle sour with some funky flavors on top of it, and you're like not quite sure where the funky flavors are. It doesn't really quite make sense. Like, I do like sours that sort of play this kind of pastry thing or a fruited thing and still show the base beer. But instead, you're like playing these like fun desserty flavors, and nothing about this fun desserty. It's really just a very acid forward base, like getting it, oof. And then you get this like weird aromatics to it, like yeah, it's just like I don't know. People go crazy for Hidden Springs, or some people tend to go crazy for Hidden Springs. I've honestly had a lot of misses. Like I think when we went to Tampa, Katie picked up like I think a case and a half, or maybe like half, like a case of singles. Just I did a bunch of reviews of Hidden Springs beer. So many of these sours are misses. This is another one. It's fine. Base beer is good. I don't find it really necessarily all flavors, but like you're trying to sell like this hummingbird cake. Like it's a beautiful label. The cake thing is going on. This beer doesn't remind me of cake at all. And yes, I sort of like then contradicted myself because like if this beer was way too sweet and pastry-ish, I would also like knock off points for it. But I think it's really important to find balance in these beers. And again, it just sort of tastes like you took the tiniest bite of cake, like half, like not even like half a bite, like just like a quarter of a bite of cake, and then drank a very very acidic kettle sour on top of it, and it's like very sour. Like the acid is like hitting. Yeah, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of this stuff. Again, the flavors can be fun. I'm not the biggest fan of dessert kind of pastry sours in the first place, but when they work, but they're few and far between. Let's go with the C. I'm gonna go with the 78. Cheers. Yeah. Again, that's it's surprisingly low rating for a beer that like is actually pretty drinkable. But I think like I just think of the purpose, like, you're trying to press flavor. It doesn't really do any of that. You're trying to make drinkability. It doesn't really do any of that. I mean, it is a drinkable, like, kettle sour, so I'll give you that. But then there's all these weird flavors. Like, why don't I just drink a Goza or, like, some other kind of, like, lightly fruited kettle sour that I would rather enjoy. So 78 for just execution is just, like, very lost. So C plus. Cheers.